Welcome, dear soul, to this quiet moment with Rumi, whose words carry us gently between the mystical and the calm, the hopeful and sometimes a tender melancholy. Let us open ourselves softly to the sacred breaths of truth he shares, whispered like a gentle lesson arriving quietly in these days, inviting us to listen closely with our heart. The prophet spoke of breaths of truth that rise like a living presence, delicate and fleeting, filling the air with sacred whispers meant to touch us deeply. These breaths come bearing lessons, soft and wise, arriving like a gentle teacher opening windows of understanding right here, right now. I invite you to lend your ears, to be mindful, awake to the subtle miracles unfolding in these moments. For such breathings are treasures rare, precious gifts we are called to seize and hold close before they drift away like stars slipping quietly into the night. Sometimes the breath visits just to glance upon your face and then vanish, leaving behind a sweet mystery tinged with a delicate sadness. It offers life to those it chooses, infusing souls with spirit and then fading gently into the unseen, a tender farewell that leaves its glow. But know this, another breath is always arriving, calling you to be alert, to awaken once again, and not abandon these precious gifts, these breaths that weave the tapestry of your soul. Within you, the soul catches fire, and from this blaze, the fire spreads softly to stir even the lifeless parts, awakening dormant hearts to movement and life once more. Yet this flame finds moments to rest and cool, the fiery soul soothed by gentle peace. Even what seems dead dresses in the robe of survival, renewal and movement blossom like a blessed tree of life that carries a holiness unlike mere animal stirrings, lifting us beyond flesh toward realms that touch both earth and sky. With time's patient hand, poisons transform to water, bitterness melts to sweetness, and even in this boundless moment, a trembling fear rises, the vulnerability of facing infinity's vastness. But the sacred call continues, asking us to recite and persist, to hold on with compassion, seeing with softer eyes those whose struggles are hidden and profound. To judge harshly would be to ignore the tender complexity of their journey, and from such fear, our own hearts might bleed with empathy. Last night sacred wine passed between hands, binding souls through ritual fierce and tender, while humble morsels seal paths inside us, sometimes trapping even the wise in chains of craving. Yet now, it is time to release these small desires, to let go of the prickly thorns that sting our hearts, for true wisdom bears no harm nor shadow, but clear and serene light. But greed blinds us and clouds our vision, making us miss what is right before us, as only those who have tasted sweetness truly understand the thorns that come with it. Many wander blind to these deeper truths, fed only shallow crumbs and dim eyes. Yet Lukeman's soul is a garden blooming with God's grace, a sacred place where beauty thrives despite the thorns that tire even the strongest feet. Life is like a camel tread across thorny deserts, enduring, steadfast, bearing burdens, yet carrying delicate blossoms within, whose gentle breeze awakens hundredfold gardens inside your being. Sometimes desire turns toward barren dunes, seeking to pluck flowers from harsh soil, a quiet hope amidst melancholy that beauty can indeed grow where it seems impossible. But if you have turned away from this quest, where will you go? How long will you ask for the garden's location, searching restlessly when the path is perhaps beneath your feet? Before stepping beyond the thorns that snare you, face the pain, the hardship. Only with clear eyes can you dance freely and embrace the soul's boundless nature that confounds the limits of this world. Even hidden in the heart's sharp thorns lies a luminous spark, a quiet mystery waiting tenderly within discomfort. Mustafa arrives as friend and companion, the eternal words speaking across ages, a sacred presence uniting all. O fiery Hemira, you are not meant to be bound, but to blaze, transforming mountains to rubies beneath your weight, embodying a spirit that transcends gender, embracing all facets of life with fearless grace. The soul is beyond male or female, surpassing all dualities, a reed singing from dryness and wetness, weaving music from life's paradoxes. This soul is not nourished by bread alone, but dances unpredictably, delighting in itself as joy begets joy. Sweetness arises from sweetness. Royal horrible sweet. Even when the sugar fades, faithfulness rekindles its warmth, an endless circle of love feeding itself. The lover finds ambrosial nectar within, where reason dissolves beneath love's sacred flame, unable to grasp the vastness it feels. Though pride makes reason stubborn, it is no match for the spirit's profound truth, which shines beyond good and evil, where reason stands as an angel in the cosmic dance, loyal to love's cause. Mustafa's voice, radiant and selfless, blends prayer into the silent trance of night, resting deeply in blessed sleep until dawn's quiet light renews devotion. In that stillness, the soul meets its beloved, reverent and tender, love and spirit, veiled yet shining, their sacred union beyond words. Sometimes silence falls, not weakness but the language of deep care. Even weariness brings grace. The beloved assures us there is no flaw here, only a humble plea to fate's hidden will. Those who see only faults miss the radiant whole, for pure souls perceive beyond shadows, gentle and free from judgment. Even disbelief holds secret wisdom beyond belief. But when turned inward, doubt becomes a poison wounding the heart. If a single imperfection is found among many lives, it is but a small twig tangled amid lush and growing plants, both weighed together on the scales of truth and mercy. Just as body and soul are intertwined, so too are grace and flaw beloved parts of our being, reflecting the sage's measured words and the purity found when body and spirit shine as one. Their speech, breath, and form become one spirit without mark or boundary, free and vast. Yet the enemy of the soul is when body is but flesh alone, or when names and labels are thrown carelessly like dice, stripping meaning from depth. All returns to dust, yet the salt of the spirit preserves, refined and pure. This salt, the essence from which Muhammad draws his savor, is the perennial inheritance we seek. Among his heirs seek fiercely for this treasure. The way is washed before you, and you must step forward. Your soul waits, ready to lead if only your insight allows, for the notions of before and after are but husks of the body, while the soul's nature shines clear beyond all reasons. Let your gaze unfold from the pure, radiant light, so you do not become trapped by a narrow sight that sees only grief and joy as all there is. Where is the before and after of nothingness itself? The void transcends such limits. Life is like rain falling through the day until night comes. Nourish your spirit under these skies, for the rain that truly feeds flows from the Lord above, falling softly into our hearts, cleansing, renewing, and shining with sacred grace. Rest now with this breath of Rumi's truth, gentle and profound. Let these words linger softly within you, and whenever you feel called, return to their light. May you find peace and awakening in the quiet mystery of the soul.